Good afternoon. Am I audible to you guys? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have desk pens in your class now? Or still not enough? Oh, no. So where are you guys sitting? Sharing desk pens? Hmm? Saying something? Sitting together outside of the class? Oh. Did you inform PC regarding that? Not all students can use the right. Okay, okay. Okay. So today we will see different types of linked list. Have you followed the link I shared with you guys earlier? Different types of linked list. Yes, no. I guess no. Let me share my screen first. Can you see the whiteboard?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, wait. So today we will see different types of linked lists. There are mainly 4 different types of linked lists. So in normal linked list, what happens? For any linked list actually, what we have is basically linked list is a collection of data but in the form of nodes only. Okay, that means it has a data field and a address field, or you can say pointer to the next node, okay, or the address. So we have mainly singly linked list, then we have doubly linked list, then we have circular linked list,
Dạ nhịn nha.
Cái nga halla wala no ko gali pero
singing,
ye
singing. Are you doing class or doing something else? You guys are doing class or something else? If not in the mood to do class, I can skip, no problem. Okay. Okay, so fourth one, there are mainly 3 linked lists. Then we have another variations, which is simply circular doubly linked list. Okay, so about singly linked lists, you guys already know. Singly linked list is nothing but your normal linked list. Okay, it will consist of data and a pointer to the next node. Say 100, 200 and 300. If you want to store data, maybe 2, 4, 6. So what it does? So the first node will consist of the address of the second node. So here address is 200. Okay. Next, the second node will hold the address of the third node. Okay. What's the address here? It's 300. Okay. Then in singly linked list, we mainly care about how we keep track of these things with the head. Okay, head is not a node, it's just a pointer to the first node. Okay, your head node, if I say head node, that means is the first node. Okay, head node is always the first node, just that the head pointer consists of the address of the first node. Okay, so whenever we access any value of the linked list, we first check the head pointer. Okay, then from there we find the address of the first node or the head node, then we go to there. Then in the same node we get the address of the second node, then we move to the second node, then we get the address of the third node, we move to the third node, and the third node address is 0 or null. Okay, this is single linked list. The insertion deletion process I already explained you guys. So single linked list, how we implement with the help of structure. Okay, all linked lists are mainly implemented with the help of structure. So here we already know we have a data part and we also have the pointer to the next node. So it's just the pointer to the next node. Okay, this is our node for the singly linked list. Okay, now what's happened in doubly linked list? Okay, in doubly linked list, what happens? We have 3 fields. We have 3 fields here. Okay, first we have the data part. Next we have pointer to next, and then we have also the pointer to the previous node. Okay, maybe here we just store some data. Okay, that's the main difference between your normal singly linked list and doubly linked list. Okay, in doubly linked list we have 3 parts. Always remember that: data part and pointer part, pointer to both next and the previous node. So what happens here? Just think same linked list, 3 nodes. It will have 3 parts. Suppose 2, 4, 6. This is the data part. Okay, then let's say same 100, 200 and 300 is the address of each node. So what happens here? For the next part, it consists the address of the next node. So okay, next node, that means 200. This is the address. Okay, next for here also it will consist of the address of the next node. Okay, here it will be null. Okay, next for the previous node, it will contain the address of the previous node. So this second node will hold the address of the previous node, which is 100. Okay, and this one will also hold the address of the previous node, which is 200. Okay, and since it's the first node, the previous node will be 0 here, and obviously head will be there. Head will hold the address of the first node. This is your double linked list. Is the structure clear? In singly linked list, normal node have only data and the next pointer. Here we have pointer for both previous and the next node. Double linked list. Okay, yeah. So in double linked list, what happens? In the same node, we have the data part and two types of pointer. One is pointer to next node, which is basically the address of the next node, and pointer to previous node, which is again the address of the previous node. Okay, so let's delete it again. I draw again. Okay, so here we have three parts. Let's consider just three nodes. Okay, so this is also a node, but it will have some memory locations, right? We are assigning or allocate some memory for every node. Okay, so address of this first node, for example, is 100. Address of second node is 200 and address of third node is 300. Just assume. Okay, and I am here just keeping the data like this. Okay, so what happens here? This is for the next and this is for the previous. Okay, so this part is just same for your normal, just like your normal node. This part is same, just that in front there is an extra portion for the previous node address. Okay, so if this is the address of second node, it will point to the second node and it will hold the address of the second node, 200. Okay, next second node will hold the address of third node, which is 300. Okay, and last node will always, the next pointer will be 0, right, which is null. Now in the previous part, this is your next. Okay, and this is your previous, next and previous. Okay, now this part will consist of the address of the previous node. So this is the second node. What's the address of the previous node? 100. So you will write 100 here. Okay, for the third node, what's the address of the previous node? That means second node, which is 200. So 200 will be here. Okay, and it will point to the other node. Okay, now for the first node, there is no previous node because it's the first node. So previous node will be null here or 0. Then we have a header like always to hold the address of the first node, which is 100. Okay, that's your doubly linked list. It holds the address of both previous node and the next node. So next part is just same. Okay, this part is same like your normal node, only that this is the extra portion to hold the previous node. So that means what? In case of doubly linked list, we can perform both forward and the reverse lookup. Okay, so if you implement in case of like using structure, how will you do it? Structure node, same. Everything is same, just that there will be an extra pointer for the previous nodes. So int data remains same. Okay, then you will have structure pointer to the next, same like the normal, just that there will be extra structure pointer to the previous node to hold the address of the previous node. Okay, therefore insertion deletion operation is much faster here. In case of singly linked list, what happens? If you want to add or delete something, you have to select the location first, then you have to go to the previous. If you want to delete something, means second node, that you have to go to the first node first. Or if you want to delete something, maybe your linked list is long, you have to just go to the previous node before deleting anything, because you can just access everything one by one. But here we have the information about all the nodes, means we have information of the previous node. We also have the information of the next node. We have address of both the nodes, forward and the backward. So it is easier for any reverse lookup process. Got the idea? Just remember, singly linked list, just one pointer area, means address to the next. But in case of doubly linked list, it has the pointer to previous node as well. So in case of doubly linked list also, remember in means singly linked list, we use a temporary variable to hold the address of any node, so that wherever we want to add something in randomly, we have to go to the previous node, right? That's why we use the temporary variable. So here also, for example, if we want to we are just using, means when we implement it, we use temporary variable to, maybe this is the location I want to add or delete something. Okay, so here we can also declare the temporary variable, then temp will hold the next, and it will also will have the previous. Okay, if this is the one, the address is 200, right? So for temporary, for example, for this particular node, second node, temporary variable will become 200, which is the address of that node, the second node. The next will be, what will be the next? It will be 300, the next node. The previous will be 100, which is the address of previous node. So this is how we access the variable from the structure node. Remember, this is nothing but a easier way to represent temporary dot prev. That means you are accessing the value from the previous pointer. This is a pointer, right? You want to access something from the pointer, we use this arrow symbol. Okay, and this is nothing but this. You can also write like this, pointer temp dot previous. This means this is the field. You are accessing the value from the previous pointer, and this is easier way to represent. Okay, just like equal to sign. Okay, whenever we access something from structure, we use this sign, this arrow sign. If you have noticed in your previous program, and also if you remember the structure part. Okay, so what will be the disadvantage of doubly linked list? Advantage is that we can do reverse lookup. The everything is easier because we have the address of both previous and the next node. What will be the disadvantage? Only disadvantage is that we have to maintain 2 pointers here. Okay, in normal singly linked list, there is only 1 pointer. That means it is taking extra space to store the pointer for the previous node. So 1 extra pointer is required here. Okay, so that is doubly linked list. Okay, now what is circular linked list? Okay, I come to this part. Okay, this is our singly linked list, right? This is our singly linked list. So do you guys remember circular queue? What happens in circular queue? What happens in circular queue? What's the main point of circular thing? Circular queue or circular array. What's the concept? Anyone? What is a circular queue or circular array? No, that's just the concept, first in, first out. What's the main point of circular queue? Yes, last connect to the first node. Okay, so it's the same concept. The last node will point back to the first node. That means what? Now the last node will not hold the null value. Last node will hold the address of the first node, which will be 100 here. Okay, got the difference? Circular, it just same. In singly linked list, what happens? For the last node, the address part is 0, null here. But in circular linked list, it's the same concept. It last node connects to the first node. That means what? The null part will hold. It won't be null. The last node will hold the address of the first node, which is 100. This is your circular linked list. Clear? Got the idea? So same thing in case of doubly circular linked list also. What will happen in doubly circular linked list? The last node will point to the first one. Okay. Now, what will be the difference here? What will be the difference here? In normal doubly linked list, what happens? For the last node, next part is null, and for the first node, previous node is null, and it is circular. In normal circular links, there is only one pointer, correct? So we only need to store the value of the previous node, okay? So same thing is here also. That means it will hold the address of the first node, which is 100. Now it is doubly linked list. There are two pointers. That means what? The first node will also hold the address of the last node. That means here you will have the address of the last node, which is 30. Got it? Singly linked list, one address, the last node points to the first one. So third last node will hold the address of the first one. But here the last node, it's same process. At the same time, the first node will also hold the address of the last one. Got it? Got the idea? This is your doubly circular. Is it clear now? Okay, Barsha said yes. Others? Clear. Good. So always remember the 4 types. Singly linked list is just your normal linked list. Doubly linked list means there will be 3 fields. Address for the next and also address for the previous node. Then circular part is just like your circular queue or circular array. That means last point to the first. That means here it will just contain the address of the first node. Okay. So can you tell me the difference between array, or you can say, if I say array versus linked list?
হাণ্ড্ৰেড MB
এতিয়া বনাই ৰিচেণ্টলি নিজে
এই SSD কেইটা যে থাকে ন এই চেমচাঙৰ দামী দামী SSD আছে ন
কোৱা SSD কি হ'ল? What will be the cost of accessing any element in your array? Your array structure is something like this. Everything is contiguous and we access with the help of indexes. Okay. So how we calculate the address? Okay. For example, if the address of the first node or the first element is 200, what will be the address of the next one? If we have one more, So how we decide the address of any element in a pointer? We will simply find a base address plus I, which is the index, into, now it will depend what type of data you are storing. If you are storing integer type data, it will take 4 bytes. If you're taking double type, it will take 8 bytes, and so on. Okay, so if you are taking integer type address of any location for any value in an array, you can decide using this formula. Base address, for example, it is 200, and there are I into 4, I'm saying there are 6 into 4. What will be the address? 6 location, it will be 224. Correct? For accessing any element in an array is what? It will be a constant time. We simply provide the index and we get the time. So time complexity is more like O1 here. Just single step, we give the index, right? And in case of linked list, everything is a node. Okay, we cannot access anything directly. We don't know where is the first node, where is the second node, where is the third node. Yeah, we know where is the first node because we always follow the head pointer. Okay, we start anything from the head pointer only because only head pointer contains the address of the first node. Okay, so to reach to the second or third node, we have to go to the first node. Okay, because in the first node only you will get the information about the third node or second node. So to go to the third node, you have to go to the second node. So in the second node only you will get the address for the third node, right? That means what? It is taking more time, right? So here average access time is more like ON, traversing, because you cannot directly access any node. To reach to the last node, you have to go from first node because we don't know the location. Linked list, they are connected through nodes. Yes, it's not together. Maybe your linked list is somewhere else. Maybe it is somewhere else and all. It's not contiguous, no? In array, it's, suppose this is your memory. Okay, this is your memory part. Okay, there are small blocks. Okay, so in array what happens? Everything is together, 2 4 6 7 8, like this, one after one. Okay, but in case of linked list, it not like that. Maybe this is a node. Okay, just think this is a node. This will also hold the address of, maybe next node is at here. There is a gap. Maybe next node is at here. There is a gap. Maybe next node is a bit farther, like that. So every cell has some address. Maybe if it is 4 byte, again 100, 104, 108, 112, and so on, if integer type. Here we are not storing them in consecutive way. It's not linear. Nodes can be here and there. So there is a gap here. So we don't know directly what's the location of the data, correct? So it's not together. In this is your array. Everything is one after one, and here in linked list it can be anywhere. Your data can be anywhere in the memory. These are contiguous blocks, but there might be gap. It's not stored together one after one. It can be anywhere in the memory location. Therefore, we have the address part. From the address only, we can go to the next node. Okay. So therefore, without accessing, like in array, you can just give the index. We always access with the help of index, right? If you do index 3, the third element will come out like that. But here there is no index, there is only address, and you will get one address from one particular node. So here accessing time is higher in case of linked list. Understood? Then again, for the memory part, okay, memory requirements, okay, in your array, if I'm storing like 2, 8, 10 like this, then this memory are empty. Okay, remember we had the problem with the array of used and unused part. So this will be used and these are unused part. Okay, and if it is, remember in stack and queue also, if it is, we mainly implement with array, right? If there is an overflow condition, even if there are some space available, we cannot add any item here. There are lots of unused part, and in case of array, the size is fixed. We need to fix the size of the array beforehand. Okay, but in case of linked list, we don't need to fix anything. Okay, we don't need to fix the size of the linked list, and there is no unused memory. No unused memory. Okay, just that we will need extra memory for your pointer to your next node. Okay, in case of array, we need to fixate the size first. There will be some unused memory also, but we cannot add anything because it's showing overflow condition. But in case of linked list, there is no problem for unused memory. Okay, if something is there, something is there, means you can add or delete anything anytime. It's dynamic. Okay, it's dynamic, not fixed. So there is no unused memory, just that we need extra memory for the pointer because we are storing the address of the next. Okay, so if here we have like 7, total size may be 7 into 4 bytes for integer type, 28 bytes. Okay, there are total 7 elements and each of them are integer type. So total memory requirement is 28. 7 into 4. How we do here? Here there will be 4. Okay, then 4 plus 4, because address part will also use some memory. So 8 into 3, 24 bytes. A bit less, but if you take your linked list is too long, then it will be same. Okay, here we need extra memory. There is no unused memory. Here, even from the 28 bytes, there are some unused memory. Here we are using only 3 parts. Rest of them are unused. But here all 24 bytes are used. How 8? Because just think data part is 4 bytes. Then pointer part is also taking 4 bytes. 4 plus 4, 8. Total 3 nodes. 8 into 3, 24 bytes is taking. And all are used memory. But from 28 bytes, all of them are not used. Only 3 are used. 3 into 4, 12 bytes are used here. Rest are some unused memory. But here all 24 bytes are used. No wastage. Okay. I hope it's clear. I'll stop sharing and take attendance. Is the concept clear to everyone? All the types? Okay, I guess from tomorrow onwards it's a holiday. I'll see you guys on Monday. From Monday onwards I'll do physical class. Okay. So if you have any doubt about linked lists, you can just ask me on Monday. I'll be there. So happy holidays, happy Diwali, this 2 days holiday, then Saturday.